Alright guys, today we're gonna be doing a bug tier list, based off my opinions of what I think each bug should be on each letter here. So let's get to the first one. We got the ants. Ants are pretty chill, in my opinion. They're just working for their colony. They're getting ready for winter. I don't think they cause any problems unless they're like fire ants or something. Now those guys are evil. You see a lot of them out during like fall seasons, getting ready for winter because they don't go out during the winter time. So these guys are just in their own lane. These guys are pretty chill. I'll put them in B tier, somewhere like mid tier. Alright, number 2, you got the honeybee. Honestly, these guys, they're making our world, go around. They're keeping everything alive. Apparently, they won't really sting you. A lot of people are scared of them, but they're not really dangerous guys unless you're allergic. If you're allergic, stay away from these guys because, they will probably hurt you. They're pretty weird too. When you see them flying, they kind of look like they're just lagging. They're going back and forth and stuff. They are kind of annoying sometimes when you're out. You have like a soda. They're always just trying to get in your soda. One time I almost swallowed a bee. I had to spit that bee out. They are kind of annoying. I'll put it in C. On number 3, guys, on our list, we got the Monarch Butterfly. These guys are pretty OG. Like, if you're around kindergarten and you guys were like raising these guys in those little like cups or whatever with the cocoon, these guys are, a fond memory of our childhoods. Yeah, these guys honestly deserve a good rating. I kind of feel bad for them because out on the highway they're getting ran over by cars and trucks and stuff, and guts on their windshields. I think I'll put this bug on. It's an S tier. There's nothing wrong with the Monarch Butterfly. Alright, next up we got the caterpillar. I'm not sure what type of caterpillar this is, but I think this is also a Monarch Butterfly caterpillar. It's basically the Monarch Butterfly. I'll keep it up there in S tier. They're pretty chill. They just eat leaves and stuff. Alright guys, on number 5 we've got the Beetle. The Beetle, honestly, they're like the tanks of the bug kingdom. They've got a tough shell and they survive lethal blows to their bodies, so they're pretty strong. Once I dropped one of these guys from like a 2-story building by accident. I didn't mean to. When I went to go check on him, he was alright. There was nothing wrong with him. He was walking like if nothing ever happened. So yeah, they're pretty tanky. They're pretty sturdy. I'm gonna put this guy on the A tier. Alright guys, up on number 6 we got the Dragonfly. Honestly, these guys are pretty cool looking. They fly around, they buzz in your ear, and for some reason they're always connected to one another. I don't know why they do that, but they fly like in formations. I used to have one of these as a pet. Yeah, I had him flying around inside my house for a good while before he just flew towards the fan and hit the fan, and yeah, he died sadly. But they're pretty chill guys. I've never had one bit me or anything. I've heard they bite, but I've never had one really bite me ever. So I'll put this guy up and I'll put him in A tier, so why not? Alright guys, on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7, we've got the cicadas. I've never really seen these guys in real life. Actually, no, I have. I've seen one posted up on a tree once, but I couldn't grab him. He was too high up in the tree. They're loud creatures, but I've seen uses for them. How they can be used in our daily lives. I saw a video once of some guy using it as like a bike horn or something. They can be useful. I don't know if people eat them. They look like an edible bug. But they are loud, and I'll put him in B tier. I won't go too hard on him. Alright guys, up on number 8 we've got the OG American cockroach. You guys see these things everywhere. You see them out in the street, you see them out in your house. I see them in my kitchen sometimes. They're running around at night during my kitchen, but they're small ones, and they're always trying to eat leftovers or something. I just squish them because I don't want them in my kitchen. I guess I'll just put the cockroach, and I feel like it deserves a fair spot in tier B. Alright guys, coming up on number 9 we got the grasshopper. or a cricket. You can call them crickets too. I mean, they're kind of like the same thing. You can go outside right now and, you know, go around the tall grass. You'll find some of them trying to jump away from you. You can grab them. They won't bite or anything. They're pretty chill. Pretty good childhood memory bug. So I'll put this one up at an A tier. Alright guys, coming up on number 10, we've got the fly. You know, I'm not even gonna talk about the fly, guys. This guy's going straight into F tier. I don't want this thing flying around my food and like laying eggs and stuff. They like to land on poop. This thing lands on your food. Do not eat your food. Alright guys, coming up on number 11, we've got the Ladybug. A childhood friendly bug. I was out in recess and you see these like just land on your hand or something. You know, they're pretty chill. You show off to your classmates about these. This deserves a place in the S tier. Coming up on number 12, guys, we've got the praying mantis. I've only seen a few of these guys in real life. I've heard that they bite you. I was too scared to handle one when I saw it, but they do fly. I've had one fly at me and landed on my shirt. I kind of just flicked it off with my finger and it, you know, it landed on the ground and it ran away. I'm not too educated on this bug, so I'll just put them on a C tier. Coming up on number 13, we've got the mosquito. I think we can all agree that mosquitoes honestly suck. They're evil. They suck your blood and they just leave like a really itchy spot on your skin. I don't know, guys. Mosquitoes are just evil. They deserve a pretty low spot on the tier list. Yeah, they're kind of evil. They're going F tier. They serve no purpose in our life. They're horrible. Alright guys, on number 14, we've got the average moth. Honestly, you guys might hate me for this, but I do not like moths. They're annoying. They always fly into your house when you don't want bugs in your house. They fly around your PC. They leave holes in your shirts and stuff. I genuinely don't like moths, but just because most of you guys do, I'll just put them in D tier. On number 15, guys, we've got the snail. I don't know if this counts as a bug or an insect. It's here in the bug tier list. Honestly, snails are pretty chill. They are kind of slimy when you get them on you, but I mean, I don't mind when they're slimy. You know, they're also just in their own lane. They're trying to mind their own business. They eat cucumbers and stuff, so that's pretty cool. I guess I'll just put this guy up in A tier. Next up, we've got the spider, guys. This one's kind of controversial because, you know, there is nice spiders out there and there's some evil spiders out there. Honestly, like jumping spiders and stuff, they're pretty chill. I've had some on my hand before. They don't do anything. They just look at you and jump around. But I know like there's like evil spiders like the black widow or like the brown recluse spider. Those things, if they bite you, you're gonna be dead in like in a few hours. So mixed feelings about this one. In the hands of a jumping spider, let's say this is a jumping spider, I put this in A tier. I think this is 17. We got the walking stick. You know, guys, I can't lie. I'm a little biased towards this one, but this is my favorite bug. No exceptions. This is going on S tier. They're just a really cool bug when you like handle them and stuff. On 18, we've got the Hornet. You know, I think we can all agree that this thing is horrible. When you see like a hornet's nest, you do not want to mess with that. You always gotta get like the raid spray and like spray them down, get that pest out. They're definitely evil. They will attack you. They have no mercy for you. They will attack you and sting you. These guys are pretty evil. I'm gonna put this guy in F tier. Alright, last one. I don't know if this counts as a bug also, but we've got the worm. You know, worms are pretty chill, guys. They're pretty universal all around. They all kind of just do the same thing. They roll around in dirt and they dig in dirt and stuff. They got multiple uses. You know, they feed wildlife like birds. You can use them as bait for fishing. They're pretty good. I don't see nothing wrong with them, so they're pretty chill. So yeah, I got no problem with them. I'll put the worm in S tier because I don't know if it counts as a bug. It has to go on S tier. It's got too many uses and it's just a good creature overall. Alright, well guys, that's the end of my bug tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe I'll make another tier list. And thanks for watching. Also, I just released my latest song, so just a heads up if you want to go listen to it or check it out. It's there in my latest tab of my YouTube videos. Just click this little box up here, guys, and it'll just take you to the music video.